Hey, what's up, guys? Happy New Year. It is 2018, and it's been probably a long time since you've seen this ugly mug. It hasn't been a while since I've done any monthly update videos because there was nothing really to be updating. If you've been following me on Twitter and Facebook, you've been getting the majority of what's been going on. Anyways, for all the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. We appreciate it. I am Jag. I am the madman behind the mic. Yeah, so basically what this is just going to be a recap of 2017 and what's coming forward in 2018. Where's Jag been? What happened? Things that's gone on this past year with YouTube, things in my my private life, and things that I'm looking forward to in 2018. So hopefully it's interesting to you all. If not, and you just want to see my face, howdy. And there's of course many other videos on the channel that I do show my face. Anyways, let's go ahead and we're going to step back. 2017 was a very weird year. This will be the 7th year that I've been doing YouTube, and it has probably been the slowest and the most political I have ever seen on YouTube, and not just my channel alone, on lots of other channels. But I've noticed a lot of different movements around my channel throughout the year, and one of the biggest ones was the adpocalypse. Actually, 2 of them in the beginning of the year and then towards the middle of the year, and it has really destroyed, unfortunately, a lot of good channels, including my own. And it took me a while to figure out what exactly happened to my channel this year. And with all the different ad companies pulling out and not wanting their content on other people's content that might be controversial, and you're thinking, well, wait a minute, Jay, it's just Minecraft. I do military Minecraft videos, so the majority of the titles of my videos have something to do with military. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, the ISIS and the terrorist bombings and everything else is that's not not great, and very cancerous in the world right now. A lot of ads or ad companies don't want to put their face in front of that, and I completely understand that. But like I said, I didn't think it would affect my channel. Being Minecraft, I figured it would be fine. But it took me, like I said, over 3/4 of the year before I figured out why the trend was going down and what was happening. Because at the beginning of the year, we actually did pretty damn good. And I'm going to sit forward here because I don't have things quite set up the way I need to right now. I'm filming this on my iPhone. The big computer here behind that I usually film on, it's I'm mining Bitcoin right now, and I can't do nothing else with it. The other computer is also mining some Bitcoin, so I've gotten to some Bitcoin, and that's what the computers are going to be doing for when I'm not doing other stuff. Because there's a lot of time that I'm not here at the house, and I'm going to get into that later. But while I'm here, not here, I'm going to have the computers making me some cash. I'm hoping. But anyways, hopefully you guys are getting in a little bit of that action too, because I really do feel that's it's going to be beneficial for everybody in the long run. But anyways, like I said, we started off 2017. It wasn't bad. I was tidying up things around the house. If you remember, in 2016, I had a lot of issues around the house that kind of suffered the channel, and I think that's kind of where it started. Because I didn't have the consistency and the volume that I was getting that summer before. So things started dropping off around September and October, like it does every fucking year when a lot of you guys go back to school. People just can't watch like they used to. It's been like that for 6 years. I knew it was coming. So it kind of worked out because I had a lot of stuff going on around the house. But I filmed some really nice, really cool vlog videos about what I was doing. And they got some, some fairly good views. So that's where we started at in January. And we had a texture pack update. We've had some review videos. We had the Ticonderoga, which was a really, really cool build. And then we had the redesign of the Arleigh Burkes. I was really proud of that. That turned out really well. We had some shipping dock stuff that came up around March. That was, kind of a big thing. Lord Decker, he was working on some shipping dock stuff, and I thought I'd throw my 2 cents in on top of it and kind of help him out. Had a couple more reviews. April, I was still working on the French drain. It was finally done, and I was finishing up like the gutter system and stuff on the house. Had a couple more reviews. We got into sign tutorials. Finally got the let's see, the Arleigh Burke in April, so not too big of a wait. I think I've got that down as far as making you guys. It's really not making you guys. It's just the way things fall. Usually I get a promo video out, and sometimes it can go months, 3, 4, 5 months before I can actually get that bill, especially if it's a big one. Now, that's understandable. That I can't avoid. But some of these smaller ones were taking a lot longer than they should have. God dang, I look scruffy. But some of the smaller ones were taking a little bit longer than I wanted to. They always have. So this year I did try to get them out a lot faster. So if I would, put out a promo video within a couple weeks, or by the end of that month, I had the tutorial done for you, and it was out, and that did seem to help a lot. I think the Burke class is probably one of the biggest videos this year. And it only got about 12,000 views. And I say only because a lot of my other big videos got 3, 4, 5 times that. But I'm saying out of all the videos that I posted this year, that was the biggest one, and for me that kind of shows, on my side, what I haven't given this year, and that's the bigger tutorials, like the carriers and stuff like that. I really wanted to get another carrier done this year or two. I wanted to get a lot more on the stuff on the original request video done. We'll talk about the helicarrier here in a little bit, because I know a lot of people are still questioning me about that, but that's fine. We're going to get to that. But anyways, that was kind of the biggest video of the year, and that shows me, like I said again, where I failed, my channel as far as that goes this year on that level. And there's a lot of different things that contributed to, the slow growth and the slow viewership, and actually a lot of people unsubscribing this year, unfortunately, more than normal. That's why I said it's just a weird year. And then YouTube doing its shit with the adpocalypse twice this year. They're taking me out of search results. I'm getting demonetized on a shit ton of videos. Just in the last week alone, I think I've got hit on 9 videos just in 1 week. And it come out of the blue. I'm like, where the hell did all this come from? So I had to go back and I had to dispute several of them. And usually I do pretty good with the disputes. I'm losing the disputes now, and that's discouraging. So there's some videos throughout this year that if you go back and watch, the music's gone because I had to remove the music on it. And they were copyright-free music, and a lot of the sites that I get them from, that's one of the risks that you take with using copyright music. The artist can decide at any time, hey, I want to go big. I want to start making money on what I'm doing, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's what we're all out here doing. We're all out here trying to make a living, trying to make a little extra coinage, to put in our pocket. See, I got Bitcoin on the mind. I said coinage. But we're all out here just trying to get ahead. So I can understand that the artists pulling their music back, putting it on iTunes and Spotify or wherever that they can make their money on it, and I'm completely fine with that. But when they do that, then it goes into the algorithm, and YouTube starts picking up on a third-party match. Now, it doesn't know that it's a copyright match, but it'll be a third-party match. If it's a copyright match, then you're in trouble, especially if you get 3 of them. They can shut the channel down. But all mine are third-party matches. Now, what that means is I can still use that music, but it demonetizes the video, so I can't make any money on it. And the only way to get that reversed is to go through the artist and get them to approve it. And I've done that in the past, and I've done that with, and I'm not going to remember who the hell it is. And Ocean Divide is one of them, and then the other big one that I use, and it's been a while since I've used any of their stuff. But you guys really like their music, and I actually contacted them through Facebook and got their permission. So that's why there are some that are very repetitive. It's because that's the only ones that I have guaranteed permission to use their stuff on my videos. So that's that sucks. So I'm fighting a lot of the demonetization right now on YouTube, and that's very, very frustrating. And my computer's lagging a little bit because, like I said, I'm mining over here. Got another submarine for you. Finally, the I-400. That was on the list. A lot of the things that came out this year, the majority of it was off the request list. I really focused on the request list this year. I stayed away from the play withs and you know, like the airfield and the Pearl Harbor, which is a little depressing because I'm almost done with the Pearl Harbor. I think maybe I've got 1 or 2 more episodes. I did a little bit in the summertime off camera and got a little bit done on that. That one's almost finished, and I'm hoping here within, you know, this month or next month I can bring that back just long enough to at least finish that portion of it and maybe ease that one back in, and we can start working on Ford Island sometime this year. And then the airfield, like I said, that dropped off because the hospital pissed me off, and I just completely lost interest in the whole thing. I lost motivation. I just didn't want to mess with it. And a lot of people were screaming for ships. They wanted ships. So that's what I did this year is I cut back on all the play withs and stuff like that, and I strictly concentrated on the request list of doing, you know, anything that was on there as far as the ships, submarines. We had a lot of like vehicle stuff that I'm going to talk about here in a few minutes. And things like that. And you can watch the request videos. The majority of it is on the request videos. The other is on like piles of little pieces of paper that I write around. As I see stuff in the comment section, I write it down. And if I see, you know, more than once, then it goes on what I call my hot list. And I've got it in a notebook that, you know, things that just keep coming up in the comment section, keep coming up that aren't ships, or maybe they are ships and they didn't get to the request video. And that's how I kind of keep track of things. It's a little messy, but it does work. But anyways, what else do we have? We had the Fletcher class. That's probably one of my favorite this year. The Fletcher class, just, man, it's a bomb little ship. And it is. It's small, it's narrow, and there's a lot of detail that really got crammed into that one, and I was super fucking happy the way that one come out. And then we had the wake tutorial. So I showed you guys how to do, you know, the wakes behind the ships, and that turned out really good. A lot of people were happy about that. A lot of people have been asking for that for a long time, and I finally got that out, and was really happy that I could show you guys kind of, you know, how I go about it. There's no really set way to do anything organic in Minecraft. It gets very tricky to teach things like that, and I get a lot of requests for things around that nature that, you know, revolve around something organic. It's really hard to do a tutorial on it, like the flame tutorial on the Perdido spar. That was a little easier because it was kind of small, and I could do a layer by layer, and you guys got the exact same thing that I got. Something like flames or, you know, waves or explosions on ships, people have asked for that. The water plumes that come up, you know, behind my ships, especially on the Bismarck, I think it is, on that one, and yeah, the sinking of it. I had some plumes in the background. I've got a lot of requests, people asking me how I did that. Although World Edit is the easiest way to do it. If you have World Edit or, you know, MC Edit, that's the easiest and best way to do that. There's a learning curve to it, and there's some trial and error to it, but you can figure it out if you have that. If you're on the consoles, you're not going to do that shit by hand, and if you do, my hat's off to you, because it's very difficult to do. We had a break in the summer. We had a summer update video. Let's see, Minecraft, money, and more, and I think I talked a little bit about the demonetization in that. We had a M4K 1.12 texture pack update, and that was, I think, the final one for the year. There hasn't been a lot going on there because there just hasn't been any fucking Minecraft updates. The last, decent one, and I call it decent, but I'm not even running it, was the 1.12, and we had the extra blocks. Again, no stairs, no slabs, no, fuck you, no, that's not what I want. That does not help the builders. Yes, it gives, people more blocks to choose from, great. But as far as builders goes, it just cuts us off right at the knees. And that's what Minecraft has done year after year after year after year. They have constantly cut the knees right off the fucking building community. And it pisses me off. And it makes it very hard because I've got a lot of ideas. I still have a lot of ideas and a lot of things that I want to get out of this game. But you lose that motivation and you lose that drive every time there's nothing there to help support those ideas and bring them to fruition. And, you can only do so much. And I feel like at some point, I'm capping out at that so much level. And like I said, and it takes away from, the inspiration and the motivation to try to keep bringing new content to the channel. it's very difficult because I feel like, you know, not that, you know, a lot of them are looking the same, I mean, because the quality of the build is just astronomical. And like the Richelieu, that was the very last one that I did this year. And if you look at that, and then you go back 5.5 years ago when I first did my very first ship on the channel, which was the Battleship, that was supposed to be the Richelieu. And so yeah, complete difference. So yeah, as far as the detail of the ship goes, spectacular, awesome. It's you know, tenfold what it used to be, you know, years ago. I'm just, like I said, I want more. I want more detail. I want it to look more lifelike. I want more blocks that I can texture, you know, so that I can use, so that I can give to you guys too. Basically, that's what I'm saying, you know, about that. Finally got the cargo ship out. I surprised a lot of people with that one. That was on the list in January. I said I just didn't have time to do it because it was like doing a carrier, and it is. It was a very difficult one to put together. And I did a little bit at a time, like I said, with other things going on in my life. And again, we're going to squeeze into that here in a minute. I did get that one out. The Prince of Wales, King George, that was a big request. Didn't hit real heavy on the channel. Only got around 2,500 views, which really surprised me because a lot of people have been screaming for that one for years. And I spent a lot of time just tweaking that one and getting it right, and it turned out awesome. And it just didn't hit like I thought it would. We had another request video, so I did an update from. I'm trying to do one every year around midsummer. I think the other ones weren't quite midsummer, but anyways, midsummer July we had update 3, and that's where we were, what we've got done so far, and what I'm working on. Anytime that you want to know what I'm going to be working on, that's going to be probably 90% of what's going to come out of this channel is what's either on that request video or on these pieces of paper that are laying around here that I'm trying to throw away and get done for you guys. All right, I'm back, guys. There's obviously a cut there. I got interrupted earlier, and I had to stop for most of the day, and that's kind of par for the course around here, and that plays into a lot of things. Again, I'm going to talk to here in just a few minutes. I want to finish 2017, and then we'll move into that. So, anyways, I was talking about the suggestion video. And that's what I'll be working off. Anytime anybody wants to know what I'm working on, that's 98% of what's going on in the background. And then, of course, Facebook. I posted a couple surprises on Facebook. The Yamato's getting some TLC, and that's turning out really good. I haven't been back to it. I'm hoping to, you know, to get back to it and get that finished up, and then get that released sometime soon. Anyways, then we had some more realism review videos. Realism Society. They've moved over to their new server, their new server, and picked up a few reviews over there. And then we had, you know, a couple more of those. They had a Huntington map download, and then it was quiet for a little bit, and I had to take I think it was about 4 weeks off, and it is. I mean, it was almost absolutely nothing. It was super quiet for a while, and I got wrapped up at work. Again, we'll get to that. When I come back, I didn't have a lot of time. But I had enough time to pick up a lot of small builds, and there was a lot of real small builds that I've been putting off for a while, just because I was trying to get a lot of the bigger ones done, and the smaller ones are great for filler videos to put in when I don't have a lot of time, when I can just sit down for, you know, an hour, 2, 3 hours, whatever, and that's what I did. Is I sat down and I grabbed my hot list, and there was a bunch of tanks on there. I mean, just years and years and years worth of tanks, and not just ones that had just like died off. I mean, I've been getting tanks all the way up till you know, a month before I released tank videos. They just kept coming. It's like, man, maybe I need to sit down and, you know, take a stab at tanks. I didn't want to do any because it was like the vehicles when I first started doing the vehicles on this channel. I just didn't think I could quite get them there at that scale. I just didn't think it would look right. But I sat down and I found a real easy design that I could work around and move the blocks around just enough just to get the basic shape of it. I wasn't going for nothing super fucking detailed. I wasn't going crazy, without jumping out and going to 1/5 scale and getting it out. You know, I wanted me to be able to use it. I wanted you guys to be able to use it too on your bases and stuff like that. I wanted them to fit the trucks that we've been building, I just wanted everything to fit in, so it had to stay at that 1/1 scale. Like I said, I found something I could work around, and I ended up getting probably about 10 designs actually is what I ended up getting. But the ones that posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there were 7 that actually made it to the channel. The other 3, they were kind of close to the other ones, and I was like, there's just not enough difference in those that you can tell. And again, at that scale, there's not really much more that you can do without adding some extra blocks to it and just junking it up. Like I said, I wanted these real clean, real smooth, you know, and I think they did. I think they turned out great. The first ones that started hitting the channel, man, did I get a lot of shit. A lot of hate, just God, man, I haven't got that much hate in years, and I was like, what the hell? I took 4 or 5 weeks off, you know, because I was busy with work, and then I come back and I try to get a video a day done, you know, something I haven't done again in at least like 2 years, and you know, I got people telling me they were cop-out videos, they were throwaway videos, they were just, you know, nobody asked for them, nobody wanted them. And I'm like, yeah, they did. I've got just piles of lists of them. I got folders full of pictures that I've had for years. And it just really threw me for a loop. It upset me. I ended up posting to Facebook and got like 900 views on just that post alone. And yeah, I mean, almost just took the wind right out of my sails, and I almost quit. Honest to God, I almost just quit YouTube. I was just like, you know, I've been away from it for so long, I might as well just step away. I might as well just step away from Minecraft and be done with it. So yeah, you guys almost lost me this year, and not the ones that are supporting me, the ones that are still sitting here. And I realized that it was only a handful of people. It was, I think 8 or 9 people that really tore me up on those, and those I ended up banning anyways. And then within a couple of days, I lost like 10 subscribers, maybe 15. So 3/4 of the ones that were shitting me up real bad, they're gone anyways. Like I said, and everything came back, and I realized, why I do this, because I enjoy it. I enjoy the, teaching you guys. I enjoy making the videos. I enjoy, making the builds, seeing what you guys are doing, and just having this community. And we've just, we've got a lot of years together. We're like family. And I just, I'm not gonna let, a couple punks come in here and ruin it. I'll just kick them out like, like I normally do. But I was under a lot of stress, like I said, with work and stuff like that. And it just hit me the wrong way. And after a couple days, I was like, fuck it, and I just kept posting the videos. So I got the tank videos up. That was rolling real good. And at the same time that I built the tanks, before all these videos came out, I built a bunch of transport trucks. And again, those had been asked for a long time, especially the tanker truck. And I know you guys have heard me talk about a tanker truck for the airports and stuff like that. Fueler, and something we could have. And I got inspired by the what was it? The Oshkosh 1070. I got inspired by that, rebuilt that, squished it down to our scale, and then the front of that gave me the inspiration to keep on with the Oshkosh vehicles and make the other 8x8s and then the 10x10. Everything just fit. I'm like, my God, I can knock these out in like an hour and a half, and I can have 5 trucks. So that's what I did. Is I just knocked the back off and customized them a little bit, and it worked out great. Again, didn't hit worth a shit. 200, 300, 400 views. Again, really deflating. So I was like, all right, I still got a little more time. The logging equipment, I got a lot of requests for those when I did the review over on Operation Realism for all the logging equipment. So I did get permission last summer to do all them builds. I talked to Yazzer and a couple of the guys on the server so that I could get permission to use those. I gave credit in the description and at the end of the videos. Apparently there's some dispute in the background about whether or not I should have done that or could have done that. I never got a final okay on it, so I just left them up. They did better than the other vehicles tutorials, but nothing's over like barely 600 views. So as from the way I look at it, no harm, no foul. The ones that really wanted these vehicles, you guys got them. Enjoy them, and I'll leave them up until they're disputed. If the original owners of these builds want me to take them down, send me an email, send me a message on Twitter, contact me on Facebook, and just tell me, look, I don't want them up, take them down, and I'll take them down. That's the way I've always worked. But I've never had a problem with any of the guys over there on the Operation Realism server. I just had I heard through the grapevine that one of the builders over there was a little pissed off about it. So again, if you're watching this, let me know. If you don't want them up, I will respectfully take them down. No big deal. And then there was a little bit of a break, not much. Let's see. Yeah, I uploaded everything on the same time. So yeah, while those were being uploaded, that gave me 2 weeks to work on the Richelieu, and I spent a good amount of time on that in the mornings when I come home from work and in the evenings. And I really wanted to just dig in there and get that one quite right, because that was the original battleship on this channel. This is the very first ship that I ever built. So it had a lot of sentimental value to me. And I'm sure a lot of you guys too. And that one's actually doing quite well. That one's pushing almost 2,000 views on the promo video and also the tutorial. So yeah, that one's got some pretty good traction right now. And then that was it for the year. That was the last thing I uploaded, and that was right before Christmas was the tutorial. And then I took off for the holidays. Wasn't going to do nothing. And around Christmas time, I decided to rebuild the computer. The one that I've been using for the past 6.5 years was still very fast compared to, you know, just the average homeowner's computer. Haven't really had any problems with it. It's been getting things done. But like I said, it was getting up there in age, about 6.5 years. I plan on doing this for a while. I don't plan on going anywhere. I don't. And so it was time to step the system up and get it ready for the next 6 years. So I got a hold of my buddy Matt. I said, here, look. I said, this is the budget that I want to stay within. And of course, we smashed the hell out of that. We went way outside the budget and got our balls wet. And we ended up building pretty much a supercomputer that hopefully will last a long, long time. It's got the Ryzen Threadripper in it for the processor. It's got a 1080 Ti in it. 32 gigs of RAM. I mean, it's loaded. I mean, it's hogged down. I may do a what's Jag using video sometime, maybe January, February. If people ask for it, if they want to know, you know, what's your setup, and you haven't seen it in a while. It has changed a little bit. I'm running 2 ultra wides on the right, 29-inch ultra wides, and then a 27 regular here for the main screens that I work on. And then I've got another one over here. This one that I call Junior, which is now Senior, and this one's Big Jizz. So it used to be Senior and Junior. Now it's Big Jizz and Junior. But that's the old computer down here that was over here for the past 6.5 years. And then that's got a 27-inch screen on that. So I can do a lot of multitasking. You know, while stuff's running over here, I can continue to work on that. And when I'm not using them, they can mine, you know, lease out hash is what I'm doing. I'm not actually physically mining Bitcoin because it would be impossible for my systems to handle. So basically, my systems go into a pool, and they take that and the hash rate that I can produce, and then I get paid on one of them in Bitcoin, and then the other one I get paid in Monero. But anyways, it's, you know, other than that, that was 2017. Again, just a very strange, upsetting, weird year, and you know, and I'm hoping 2018, I can turn some things around, because like I said, there's, you know, a lot of the momentum has just been sucked right out of the channel the past 2 years, and you know, a lot of it is, you know, some of it's my fault, a lot of it's YouTube's fault. I got wrapped up at work last summer. We lost like 4 or 5 people that, you know, that either quit or got fired for dumb shit, and we lost a lot of manpower at work. And I was working, you know, 6 days a week and then getting like 1 day off, and I worked 12-hour shifts, night shifts. So 6 12-hour night shifts is, I mean, that's fucking rough. You know, I get 1 day off to, you know, spend with family, rest up, and, you know, whatever. And the last thing I want to do is you know, work on, you know, a 7-hour fucking tutorial, or, you know, 10 hours worth of building. And, you know, it just shut a lot of shit down. And that's why the content, you know, slowed way down, and the bigger stuff just ceased to exist this year. There was, you know, just nothing big. I didn't have time for it. I just did not have no fucking time to try to do something like that. I wanted to get a lot of battleships done this year. And just like I said, you know, if you look at my channel for this year, I really didn't get a lot done. I really didn't. And it's, you know, like I said, probably the slowest year video upload wise that I've done. And yeah, it's depressing, you know, and I can understand why people, you know, unsubscribed. The subscriber rate, you know, fell. I actually went into the negatives for a few weeks. I'm back positive now. It's not great. 4 to 6 a day, I think, is about what I average, which is extremely low, but we are growing. And then, like I said, I lost a lot, so we didn't quite get to 48,000. I was hoping to at least hit 50,000 this year. I was hoping to hit 100,000 this year, but, you know, it just looks like that personal goal of mine is just getting further and further away. And again, that's depressing, because, like I said before, I want it. I want it so damn bad. I want it for me. I want it for you guys. You know, we've earned it. We deserve it. You know, I want to hold that play button and you know, and show it off for you guys. But I don't know what else to do. I really don't. Aside from uploading every day, which I just physically can't do. I'm just, keep doing what I'm doing, and what happens, happens. So anyways, that's the plan for 2018, is to try to stay on track, try to keep what I do get done, quality like I've always have. If I won't watch it myself, I won't upload it. Keep working off the request list. That's going to be the majority of it. The helicarrier, guys, is tore apart. I spent 5.5 hours tearing it apart, trying to figure out some way to dissect this thing into sections. Don't get your hopes up. I'm just letting you know that I am attempting to try to break this thing apart and figure out if I can put something together. Like I said, I did get all the parts apart. I've got a little chunk of it labeled, and it was pure fucking nightmare. I mean, it was like, oh my God, I'm just, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, because it's not symmetrical. It's not, like a ship. I can do one side, you guys can do the other. Helicarrier don't work like that. There's some sections that are, and there's some sections that aren't. And, by looking at them, they look the same. But when I start labeling them, they're off like 1 or 2 blocks on the other side, or 5 or 6 blocks, or something gets carved out a little bit different on the other side, and it's going to make it extremely difficult to do. If I can shoot for summer, even if I say that I'm going to try to do this, it's going to be midsummer, because I'm going to have to do a little bit by a little bit by a little bit. I mean, it's probably going to be a 10-hour tutorial, and yes, it will be one video. I'm not going to break it up into several. I tried that years ago, and that doesn't work. It's easier just to do one video, and it's easier just for everybody to go to that video. Yes, it is a monetization reason. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of my free time that I'm putting into that, and I don't feel like that's asking a lot to go ahead and let me monetize just that one video, and try to make a little bit something back off of it. I don't think that's being greedy, and I don't think that's asking for much. But that makes more sense for me to to try to put it into one video like that. But it will be at least a 10-hour tutorial. I would almost guarantee it. It will be sped up. I'm sure of it. That way you can slow it down with the controls down in the bottom corner of the video control center. And it will be a grandmaster tutorial. And God be with you if you can get through it, and if I can get through it. But that's the plans. That's the plans. That's what I'm going to try to stick to this year. I hope I can stick to it. Again, I hope I can breathe a little bit more life back into this channel. I really want it to to come back up to where it used to be. But other than that, I think that's all I want to talk about. Let's see, helicarrier, work's been busy. Yeah, I think that's really it, guys. I know this is like over a 30-minute update video, but I haven't done one in a long time. Those that are still here, thank you very much. Thank you so much for growing up with this channel. And it's funny to say that, because a lot of you now are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 years old. You started Minecraft watching me at like 14 years old, and that's how long I've been doing this. Think about that for a while. Some of you have started playing with me. That's pedophile-ish. Have started playing this game when you was younger, went to college, and came back and started playing again. And that's just really amazing to me that you still remembered and came back. There's some of you that have been around this channel that long, and that's just super gratifying. And again, thank you very much to everybody. Again, follow me on Facebook for updates. Twitter, I haven't been too much active on it. I'm a little bit here and there, just to let you guys know if there's something long, I'll put it over on Facebook, because it's just easier to read, and it seems like it gets more traction over there. More people are shying away from the social medias that I've noticed, as far as like Twitter and stuff like that. More people are just, and even Facebook. I mean, a lot of people don't use Facebook anymore. I think a lot of that shit's getting old, but maybe I'm wrong. But I feel like I get more interaction over there on Facebook, and it used to be the other way around. I used to get more on Twitter and nothing on Facebook. So anyways, that's where everything's at. If you got any questions, got any comments, always put them down in the comment section below. You guys know I read every one of them. I try to respond to as many as I can, which is usually just about every one of them, because comments are a handful a day anymore, so they're pretty easy to keep up with. Over on Facebook, you can send me messages over there, pictures of what you're doing. You guys know I love pictures of what you're building, even if it's my own build. I've already seen it, but I don't care. You build it, and that's cool to get that and get to see that. And I repost it. If it's on Twitter, I always retweet it and stuff like that. Other than that, let's strive for a great year. If you're you know, if you're feeling the urge and you're back into Minecraft and you're feeling excited about it, get out there on the servers and you know, and get more people involved, get more people in the community, get more people over to the channel. Get over there to the Operation Realism or the Realism Society server. They are rebuilding that up. They're getting a lot done. I'm probably going to do an update video this year or this month, and kind of bring everybody to speed up on the new map they're working on, and we're just going to go from there. And I don't know. I probably won't do any like monthly update videos. I may do a midsummer update video just like I did last year. And that just seems to work out right now until we, you know, unless we get overwhelmed and things just take off like they did a couple years ago. And I'm hoping for it, but I'm just not anticipating it right now. I think Minecraft as a whole is really slowing down. But we're gonna do it as long as we can, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Again, thank you very much, and we'll catch you later.